Angelo, you've accomplished some success. You seem very focused and dedicated on what you're doing in your life. And they say, well, how did you do it? And I always come back and, I had this conversation with a group of people that I was with over this past weekend. And I said, listen, it comes down to three things. There's three things that determine what happens to us and where we go in our future in our life. Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian. Thank you so much for checking out my podcast with influencers. And today I want to talk about, the three things that I believe that are controlling our life and what happens to us in our future, right? So people always ask me, that I work with either mentor, coach, or even my team or my family. Angelo, you've accomplished some success. You seem very focused and dedicated on what you're doing in your life. And they say, well, how did you do it? And I always come back and, I had this conversation with a group of people that I was with over this past weekend. And I said, listen, it comes down to three things. There's three things that determine what happens to us and where we go in our future in our life. And I'm going to sum it up for you and then break it down and give you some examples, because maybe this can help you with whatever you're trying to do in your life, right? So these are the three pillars of success that I believe determine, where we go and what we do, right? So the first one is strategy, right? You have to have the right strategy to get to where you want to go. The second one is your state, your mental state of mind. And then the third one is your beliefs. I believe that these three things are controlling everything that we do in our life and where we end up going, right? So now I'll actually break these things down, talk about them, and then give you some examples so that way you can actually see through this and make sense of it. So the first one we talk about is strategy. Everyone has a strategy, either conscious or unconscious, right? You have a strategy for your health, your body, right? You have a strategy for maybe your career. You have a strategy for your family. Maybe it's conscious, maybe it's unconscious, I don't know. But let's look at it more deeper. Let's use this strategy for health. Let's say that you want to get into shape. So you have a strategy with your diet and your exercise. So let's say that you had a goal for 2019 to have 6% body fat, because you're trying to, get into really good shape and maybe join a contest for, bodybuilding, whatever. You're gonna track your progress based on the strategy of doing the proper amount of cardio, proper amount of caloric intake, carbs, protein, fats. And as you're going along, right, and you're tracking your progress every single day, if you see that the strategy is working, that you're losing body fat and you're getting closer to 6%, you have an effective strategy. But conversely, if you see that you're not dropping weight, you're not dropping body fat, then you have an ineffective strategy, right? So if the strategy is not working, whether you're trying to build a 10-figure business, whether you're trying to build a house, whether you're trying to optimize your career, you have to change your strategy. There's an old quote by one of my mentors that says that we have to constantly reinvent ourselves or we will die, right? You have to constantly keep changing. Adaptation is key. Like Darwin talked about, you have to constantly adapt and adjust or you're gonna get run over, right? So you have to have the right strategy. And how do you get the right strategy? You have to be following the top mentors, the top people in that space, the master in that space, the master in real estate, the master in sales, the master in business, the master in tennis, the master in ballet, the master in art. You follow what they do and you go their way, right? If you want to be the best investor, you follow Warren Buffett. You don't follow some little guy, you go to the top, you follow the best. So strategy is number one. You have to have the right strategy to be following, because like I talked about in one of my last videos, that the saddest thing in life is getting good at the wrong thing, right? You can put all the energy, all the belief, all the passion, but if you're going in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter. You have to have the right strategy, right? In order to be successful. So be very mindful and conscious of the strategy that you're doing to make sure that it's optimized. That's number one. Number two is your mental state of mind. You have to be in the right mindset, right? Have you ever done something where maybe you weren't in the right mindset and because you felt lousy, or you felt tired or lethargic, you looked at the situation completely different, right? Maybe you ate too much sugar, or you didn't get enough sleep, right? Or you're in a bad mood because you got in a fight with your wife or your kids, or something that bad happened at work. It affected your state. And then when you looked at the situation, because you're not in the right mental state, you can't look at the situation the same way. You look at it negatively. Oh, it's not going to work. No, I don't have the energy to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that problem. Oh, screw it. That's crap. I don't want to mess with that, right? You don't want to look at that email or deal with that text message or that call. I can't deal with that issue right now. It's not going to work out anyway, because you're not in the right mental state. So you have to get prepared mentally every single day and make sure that you're doing the right things in order to get into that state, to get into position mentally, right? By getting enough rest, proper nutrition, the right type of thinking, the right type of environment. Because if you're not in the right mental state, then you cannot be successful. You cannot reach your goals. So the state of mind is extremely powerful. You have to work on your state of mind all the single time, and you have to put the right things in your brain, so then that way when life hits you, you can attack it like a lion, like a gladiator, like a warrior, and be able to handle and deal with it. So mental state it's critical. It's at the crown, it's the apex, because if the brain's not right when the information's coming, you're not going to be able to handle it anyway, because you're in the wrong state. And you can shift your state at any single time by moving into the right state, right? By tapping into that universe, you can get into your unlimited potential and then do more and be more. So, and then the third thing is your beliefs, right? Because, you could be in the right state of mind, right? Or you could have the right strategy, but if you don't believe, if you don't have faith that the deal's ever going to work out, then you're never going to go for it. You won't be able to convince your mind to give you the confidence to be able to go for it 1,000%. So you have to be able to believe, right, and have faith in what you're trying to do, what you're trying to go after, whether you're trying to build a company, whether you're trying to raise a family, whether you're trying to go on a date with this person, believe that they want to go out with you, whether you're trying to come up with a new concept, open a restaurant, so whatever you're trying to become an actor in Hollywood. If you don't believe that you deserve to become an actor, or that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, then how can you harness the power within, to go after it, right? So belief is extremely, extremely important. And obviously, people always ask me, well, how do you get belief? How do you get faith? Because if I want to be an actor in Hollywood, and you be realistic, can I be an actor in Hollywood? No, because I don't deserve to be an actor in Hollywood. I haven't put the time in. I haven't put in the 10,000 hours. So your mind's not going to go for it, that, I can become an actor in Hollywood, because I haven't surrendered to it. So it's not just about a false belief and tricking your mind. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to, I have a belief that Charlie Munger talks about. I believe this completely. In order to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want, right? Is your deserve it factor high enough to actually become an actor in Hollywood, right? To become a multi-billionaire entrepreneur, to become, the next charity foundation that helps millions of people? Do you deserve that? Because it's not going to just fall in your lap. So I'm not talking about you having false belief. You have to deserve it by working your butt off to go after it. And if you work your butt off, then the confidence is going to build up, and then that's how the belief is going to happen, right? You work your butt off on something, you pour all your soul into becoming an actor in Hollywood. You go to the auditions, you study, you read, you do everything. Then your belief and confidence gets higher. It stacks and stacks and stacks. It's compounding. And then your belief gets so high that when you go for that audition, you win, right? But if you just go there like me and I know nothing about acting, I walk into the audition, I'm gonna fail. So that's setting yourself up for failure. You have to be in position with whatever you're trying to go after, right? And then the belief is gonna come. You'll be able to access the infinite, the resources from the universe to give you the confidence to be successful, to be the best actor, right? So these three things, guys, are determining what happens in your life: your strategy, your state of mind, and your belief. So if you focus on these three things, you can pretty much accomplish anything that you want to do. Find the best master or whatever you're trying to go after. Work on your mental state of mind, and then work your butt off to develop the confidence and the belief that you can make it happen, that you can do it, right? but it's a lifetime pursuit. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take at least 10 years to matriculate any type of, decent success. It's not going to happen, a pro tennis player, a pro basketball player. It's at least 10 to 20 years of work, hard work, hustle and grinding. So you have to get your mind right in order to be in receivership of all of these great things in life. So I'm Angelo Christian. I hope that this is great information for you. Share this out there with the world. We have a great podcast here that we do every single week, releasing great content. Click on the link below to get signed up. Follow us. Share this with all your friends, family. Call me if I can help you with anything, 832-431-6331, or click on the link below to get signed up. Take care, guys. Peace out. Max out. Make the most of yourself. Bye-bye.